Berhalter. If you'd like to get in a queue to ask a question of Christian, you may do so now. In advance of the World Cup qualifier against Mexico tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Univision, 2DNA, CBS Sports Network, and
Thanks, Michael. Hi, Christian. Thanks for doing this. Paul Arriola spoke earlier in the week about how when you guys went down to the Azteca in 2017, the mentality was to just get whatever you could out of the game, compared to now where the idea is to go down and win. How much of that is just down to the success that you guys have had against Mexico over the last year? Thank you.
I think it maybe has some to do with it, but also I think we're just a more confident bunch of guys, and I think our team, we understand the quality that we have, and we think that we can come down here and compete and really go for a result.
next will be Paul Tenorio from The Athletic.
Thanks, Michael, and thanks, Christian. Obviously last time you were here in camp, you talked about some of the difficulties, the ups and downs at the club level and trying to navigate those. You're here and it seems a very different place. You've been playing really, really well for Chelsea. How different do you feel? How much more confidence maybe do you have than maybe a couple months ago? And how do you try to carry over that success and that mentality from Chelsea here to the national team? Thank you.
Yeah, I remember answering this question before last cycle and everyone was questioning and, I'm not playing and this and that. And I was doing fine then and I'm doing fine now. That's the beauty of this sport and this profession. And I'm feeling very good and I feel in a good rhythm at the moment. And I'm really happy to now be back with the national team and really try to help the team.
Next will be Grant Wall.
Hey, Christian. How much have you been looking forward to the opportunity this week to qualify for a World Cup?
I've been looking forward to it for years now. Obviously, without accomplishing it last time around, it's been a massive goal of mine and this team's. So I'm obviously excited, and we're going to give everything because I and this team 100% want to play in a World Cup.
Next, we'll go to Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Thank you, Michael. Hi, Christian. Thank you for the time here. It follows a little bit on the question Paul asked, about life at Chelsea. We all know what's been going on there the last, few weeks and so on. And, what's it been like for you to live through it? And is there an ability to come to national team camp and have some time maybe to put it out of mind?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy situation, to be honest, but we've been able to focus on our game and just worry about playing over there. But I'm just excited in general to come play with the U.S. national team because I always am, and I love this group of guys, and I love this team, and it'll be nice to have a break, see something a bit different, and then I'll be ready to go back and finish off the season strong.
If I can follow up real quick, we've talked a number of guys.
Hang on one second, Jonathan.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, much appreciated. We've heard a lot. All the guys we've talked to this week have been asked a lot about, lessons that can be taught to the players who haven't played at the Azteca before, whether it's the atmosphere or the altitude or whatever it may be. And I wonder, you having played there before, what lessons you convey to the guys who haven't done it yet. Thank you.
There's nothing massive that these guys aren't going to be ready for. Of course, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a good atmosphere, a tough atmosphere to play in. Of course, we're aware of the altitude. Some guys may be more used to it than others, but it's going to be a battle no matter what. So I think it's at the end of the day, it's another game that we need to be ready for, and we're going to compete and try to win.
We'll go to Ron Blum from the Associated Press.
Hey, Christian. Thinking back to 5 years ago, was the feeling that you experienced after the loss in Trinidad motivation anywhere along the way to get over the hump this time and not experience that again? And is that something you ever talk to with the guys like Paul and DeAndre and Kellen who are still around from then?
Of course, we use it as motivation. We were extremely upset, and now we want to qualify. So we have the opportunity now, and yeah, we definitely don't want to go through that again.
Next will be Ryan Talmadge from Goal.com.
Hey, Christian, just following up on that, you think about it, it's happened in those 5 years, and you just look at not just where you are and all the things that have kind of changed in your life, but also the way the team has changed, you know? So if you could look back, not just at that, but just at the process that you've been through, what are some of the things that current Christian would say to the Christian that went through that? What are some of the things that you think that this team could kind of learn from that? Just looking at how much have things changed in way that you do things and in the way that this team does things?
I mean, I have no regrets. Obviously, we were in a position to do it last time, and we weren't able to reach our goal. But this is a bunch of guys who are really just looking forward, and a really hungry team who is going to give absolutely everything to make sure that we have a spot in the World Cup. So I think it's something we obviously don't want to go through again, but there's really no regrets from that time. I've obviously learned a lot, and this team has learned a lot in our careers, and I think it's a mindset now as well, where we're a confident bunch of guys, and we can go into any game thinking that we can win. So I'm hoping that'll be a bigger change.
Next will be Megan Swanick from The Guardian.
Hey, Christian, hope you're doing well. I'm just wondering if you have any game day rituals or pre-game day rituals that help you get focused for a big game like the game tomorrow. Any music? Do you play chess? What gets you hyped and focused?
Well, I have a feeling you knew that with the chess comment, but I like to play chess. It's not necessarily something I do right before a game, but I'm not someone who is extremely superstitious, but I am very routine based. So I make sure to do the same things, eat at the same time, wake up the same time. So that's just part of my routine, but nothing crazy superstitious, I would say.
We'll go to Sam Stejskal from The Athletic.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks, Christian, for taking the time. You said after the last window, I think it was the Club World Cup, that sometimes you put a little bit too much pressure on yourself, that you need to do something special when you come to the national team. Were you feeling that before last window? And where do you stand in that regard as we head into the final 3 games of this qualifying cycle?
I don't think that going into the games, or I didn't think that going into the game, but I just thought, looking back on it, I felt that I was trying to do too much at times, or trying to do unnecessary things that I don't necessarily need to do for this team. I don't know. I'm in a good position now. Like I said, I'm in good rhythm. I feel that I'm in good form, and I'm excited to be here. And I'm just going to give everything and do whatever I can to help this team win, as I always want to do.
We'll go to Ivis Galarcep from SBI Soccer.
Christian, there's been a lot of talk about how you guys have won 3 in a row against Mexico, and obviously none of those results are going to necessarily factor into tomorrow night. But how much confidence do you think it gives your group having those under your belt, and kind of just knowing that when you see them, you know you've had their number lately? And what do you think it would mean for you and the group to be the first U.S. team to win a qualifier at the Azteca? What would that mean for you?
Of course, it would mean everything. We know it's not going to be easy. Of course, we've got the better of them in the last couple games, but that means nothing coming into tomorrow's game. So we're going to need a battle. We're going to need another top performance, and continuing to do the things that we have been doing in the past games against them. And we're going to need an amazing performance to win the game tomorrow.
Next will be Salvador Perez Del Fierro from Goal.com.
Thank you, Michael. Hi, Christian. How are you? Nice to meet you. Salvador from Gold.com. Christian, asking you about the environment from the Estadio Azteca, full capacity, all tickets sold. How can that influence for this game?
Full capacity? Huh. Anyways, I think it's gonna be a great atmosphere. I played in it before. I think obviously it's a tough stadium to play in. There's obviously history there, and we're gonna go in with confidence and not let it affect us too much. And like I said before, do the things that we've been doing against in all our games, and just I think that's what it's gonna take, a really solid game to get a result here.
We'll take two more questions. Next will be Felipe Valenzuela from Fox Deportes.
Hey, Christian. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all of you guys. The last victory in Mexico in Azteca Stadium has been 2009. It's been a while for Mexico. That give you confidence to the team to look forward, like our friend said before, to have the first victory here in Azteca. But it's been difficult for Mexico to beat you guys.
Yeah, the last few games we've obviously had good results, but going back, like I said, there's history. It's not easy to win in Azteca for any team, so we know that. But we're going to go in tomorrow with confidence and give them our best game.
Our last question comes from Kyle Fansler.
Hey, Christian, how you doing? It's got a quick question, kind of going off of what someone already asked. It's about playing in the Azteca. There's obviously been that fan violence recently in Mexico. Obviously, they're going to be doing everything they can to prevent that. But does that play into your preparation at all, knowing that Mexican fans have had issues with the United States players in the past year or so, obviously in those couple of finals, and the past couple of months, or past month, I should say, in March?
Not at all. That doesn't go into our preparation.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Christian. We'll be right back with Greg Berhalter.